Oh, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Slip. Pop. Oh, there go a tooth. Workout. He laughed at the jab. Bip. Oh. Workout.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. Same thing.
This was just a one-sided beatdown, y'all. Broner didn't win a round. He took a pounding. And I mean a pounding. He kept coming forward, putting his shields up, not really being offensive, really, or committing. It was all defense. Adrien Broner hasn't really been active as a fighter for the past, I want to say, 5, 6, 7, probably 7 years. He has not lived like a fighter. What he's done is basically pivot through society and life, living not like a fighter. His body is reflective of it. All the years of abuse. Instead of boxing camps, he had a fat camp. And his reflexes and things of that nature, footwork, all that's basically gone. And as the rounds piled on, it was more of the same. Him getting cooked. His Blair Cobbs was in no danger from Adrien Broner. This was like a sparring match. All the trash talk didn't work, nothing. He just steadily got cooked over and over again. Adrien kept trying, but it didn't matter. When you don't train like a fighter and live like a fighter, and you try to not take the road less traveled by, like you reinvented the wheel on how to be a fighter, nah, bro. You can't shortcut the process. Can't just be like, I'm gonna turn it on when I feel like it. But the vices are still there. You gotta make a full commitment. And if you don't, these will be your results. Just one-sided beatdowns. Now, you're looked at as a joke. You're looked at, not even respected. You're just somebody everybody else can make a lot of money off of just by talking. Don King, even without all the glitz and glamour anymore, still putting together some cards and getting some fighters on there and putting together a fight that sold. People were buying the pay-per-view to see the fight, and he did a great job of having his team keep this off of YouTube as much as they could. With illegal streaming and everything else, Don made sure, hey, we getting our money. We paying Adrien 1.5. We getting this money. Everybody talking about Don's a crook and all this stuff. Oh, Don King, he'll steal from you. Don King get you paid. That's what happened with Don. Don gonna get you paid. And when Adrien signed with him, Adrien is fighting for the money. There's no passion. It's all about the Benjamins. It's all about money. So when it becomes all about the money, that's what it's about. It's about the money. And when you living from fight to fight, this is going to be the results. This ain't going to be something that's going to go the way you think. And from the press conference, he's just selling a fight to the fans based off his name. His fight was with the scales. He won that fight. But he couldn't beat Cobb. That was a done deal. Like I said, there was nothing really devastating here to review. Adrien Broner definitely, his timing was off a lot. It was going to take him a while to get into the fight. In a 10-round fight, you normally got to start a little earlier than expected because you got to assert yourself right off the bat. Now, Cobb, being a southpaw, was going to present some difficulties for Adrien Broner, as when Marcos Maidana was in the ring, it was a different opponent, different setup, different look. Cobb is fighting Broner, not altering anything that he normally does. This was like a workout for him. He got to change the angles, move whenever he wanted, and start whenever he wanted. Broner wanted him to start so he can counterpunch. He's a natural counterpuncher. He throws pawing shots to get you to open up so he can counter you. That was always his offense. It was always his style, but he had tremendous power at the weight class. Now, here, his reflexes are slowed. The loss of weight and putting it back on did not come back on with a lot of muscle. And his body it's kind of like failing him in a way. He's not doing the things that he's used to doing. All those little quick twitch muscles and reflexes, they seem neutralized in this bout because he seems to be a little hesitant on the way of what he really wants to do in this ring. He seems to be unsure of himself, for better words. And when you're unsure of yourself, you're taking chances that are not usually the norm. If you take a good look here, you're seeing that this is a I want to say a basic stance for both fighters for the entire fight. AB high guard, come in with a pawing jab to get him to open up so he can counter with a left hook over the top, then come with a straight right hand or lead right with the left hook for AB. It was the typical AB fight, and this is just not gonna cut it. But at this point, you're a fighter that they can make some money off of. I don't see AB with any plans on retiring. I think he's saying he's going to get back in the ring. People are going to pay. And it will have to be against a lesser opponent. You know, that's all AB I think can really beat at this point. He's been gun shy since the Maidana fight. He hasn't really been the same. And every time he gets buzzed or rocked, he gets nervous, puts up his high guard, and punches do not follow. You saw it in the Pacquiao fight. You saw it in every other fight since then. So it's been about 5-6 years before this man decided to let his hands go. So everybody should just take heed of what's actually happening here, because it's something to marvel at, because you might not see it again. And let's focus on Cobb, man. I mean, Cobb looked good. I mean, I don't know if he beats any other champions, but he looked good enough to make a fight. He looked good enough to make a great fight out of it. And if this is the end of Adrien Broner's career, then we know one or two things. Adrien Broner has completely failed himself. And if this is the way he's going to go out, because a lot of people believed he got knocked out in the fight, which didn't happen, but when you get dropped in the bout, it's kind of hard to say the judges ripped you off and all that stuff. It's all ego talk at that point. There was no way AB won the fight. It was close to winning the fight. When people could read the bottom of your shoe, it didn't go your way. Now they say Adrien hurt himself when he fell down and put all his weight. He damaged his arm. So he was trying to fight on even with a damaged arm. From the second round on. But we're going to have to wait and see. You got Tank Davis coming up for his next fight, and then, guys got to go from there. But for AB, I believe it's over. He's never going to be the Adrien Broner that we knew before. He's in his 30s, and he hasn't lived like a fighter in years. Can't do fat camps, coming in here trying to box. So in my eyes, Adrien Broner's career is over. As a top tier fighter, definitely it's over. And it's a shame, because had he really focused on his craft, he was gifted enough. He still won belts in like 4 different weight classes, man. I mean, 30, 35, 40, 47. He's one of the rare fighters to ever pull that feat off. That's not easy. It's not easy. But as of right now, this is what Adrien Broner looks like. Unfortunately. As we bid you farewell and good night. We just hope AB, you can have one hometown fight and get you a dub on your way out the door. But it's over.